Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tate. I'm a young attorney and I've been working from home since March 2020. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some work from home tips that have actually worked for me. This video was actually filmed as part of my first day in the life of an environmental lawyer vlog. However, to avoid the vlog from becoming too long, I decided to separate this part of the video. So where I make references such as I said earlier, etc., bear in mind that I'm referring to vlog 1 of my day in the life of a lawyer series. I'll put a link to this video in the description box. I hope you all are going to enjoy this video, and please don't forget to like and leave any comments or share your own work from home tips and what you prefer, working from home or actually going to the office every day. I'd love to hear it all. So without wasting any more time, let's get into this video. So right now I just thought that I could actually just share some work from home productivity tips just quickly, because these are some of the things that have actually helped me to navigate this new life where before you had to go to the office, and that's a little bit regulated in some ways because you have to be at the office at a particular point in time and you have to be working until a certain time. It's sort of like your day is structured in some way, but when you're working from home, it's your space and you actually have to learn to control it so that the environment is really like conducive for you to work. And you also have to be very disciplined as a person to actually do this, because if you're not disciplined, you're going to find yourself spending more time actually not doing your job and doing other things, or just getting distracted throughout the day, and then you end up not meeting your goals, you end up not meeting your obligations, and you're going to be in trouble. So some of the things that have actually helped me since I started working from home is firstly to actually have a morning routine. So when you're going to the office, there's a particular routine that you follow when you wake up in the morning. Like you wake up at a certain time, you do certain things, and then you leave for the office. So you just have to do everything like you would as if you're going to the office. I think I already said this earlier, like just try to do everything as you would if you're going to the office. If you're going to wake up at 6 a.m. when you're going to the office, just try to maintain that so that nothing changes. Like your mind is still like, this is a work day, I wake up at 6. So for me, for example, I wake up around 6:30. I've tried to wake up at 6, but I always end up getting up at 6:30 anyway. So now my wake up time is like 6:30. I have my morning routine, and then I start work around 9. And the other point that actually links to this is for you to schedule specific work hours. So you actually need to schedule specific work hours for yourself, because then even your mind, your brain is tuned to it. It's tuned to the fact that you're going to be working at a particular point in time. So if you're going to start work from 8, then everything is going to happen in that order. You know that you're going to wake up, do your morning routine, 8 o'clock you're on your desk, and then you're going to start work maybe until 4. It just depends with you. So normally I start from 9 to 5, but then sometimes I start at 8:30 and then I finish at 4:30. But then there are other days where things are so pressing, so you can't really have like you can't stick to your schedule. So unless it is that particular situation where you really can't stick to your schedule and you probably have to start work early or finish late, just try to have normal working hours for yourself, because it also helps you to work and also have time for yourself, like personal time, and a time where you decongest, because rest is also very important. The other thing that people normally fall into is working the whole day, and then you realize it's like 10 p.m. and you've been working and you haven't had rest. That's not the whole point of working from home. I know home is so comfortable, but then that's not the point of it. You actually need to schedule proper work hours. It will help you, even for yourself, to actually say, I'm working during this time, and regulate yourself, but also for you to have that time where you actually rest. And then the other thing is you need to set daily and weekly goals. If you don't have any goals, it's very difficult to work So I think I already showed you earlier, like my to-do list, what I intend to do today. And also I also have one where I just say this is what I intend to do for the rest of the week, and then I take off things as I go. I think it really helps you to plan your day, to know what exactly you're going to be doing, and you can actually achieve this thing, and you can also hold yourself accountable as you go. Like, I said I was going to do these 3 things today. Did I end up doing them? If I didn't, what was the cause? Was it because I was too distracted, or something came up and I had to do another thing? Like, it can help you to hold yourself accountable. And then make time for breaks. This is very crucial. Sitting down the whole day, it's actually not healthy for you, honestly. So you need to make time for breaks, and especially if you're like me, most of my meetings are Zoom meetings, and some of my team members are in Cape Town, so we communicate virtually most of the times. So that means you're going to be fatigued from just sitting down, but also from online meetings and online interactions. So you actually need to set aside time for breaks, like just time to step away from your desk and refresh. It will also alleviate you from burnout, and you can actually incorporate time management techniques throughout your daily routine, like where you can say, I'm going to work for 50 minutes flat out and then rest for 10 minutes, and you continue like that, because actually the human mind can only concentrate for so long. So you actually need to set aside breaks, including lunch breaks. And when it comes to lunch can be longer, because even if you're going to work, sometimes lunch is a full hour between 1 and 2. So you can actually give yourself that time to just decongest in the middle of the day. Maybe run some errands if you have some errands that you need to do. Normally I do doctor's visits during lunchtime, because I just don't like starting work late, because I have to go and see a doctor unless it's completely necessary. So when I need to go see a doctor or a dentist, I normally schedule those things during lunchtime. I also schedule time to eat. Normally I take my lunchtime between 1 and 2, but sometimes I forget. Like today I actually forgot until it was like 2 o'clock. I was like, oh, I need to eat. So it does happen, but when it does happen, also just make sure that you actually just stop, take that lunch break, and then continue, because it's also good for you to keep eating. You need to eat, you need to be healthy all the time. You shouldn't starve yourself just because you're working. It's not good for you. But also just taking that long break helps you to really refresh before you get back into it as well. So you need to have a designated workspace. That's why I was showing you my workspace earlier. And then even when I moved outside, it's also like a workspace where everybody knows that if the tender is not working in a room, on a desk, she's probably going to be sitting in the courtyard, and this is a space nobody disturbs me. So you need to have a space that you can control, and make sure everybody else at home knows that this is your workspace and these are your working hours. They do not come and distract you, and this is very important. But like where I am at home now, I think like other people at home also working from home. One of my siblings having online classes sometimes. So I think we all like respect each other's spaces, but then you're not going to find that in every other home. So like just try to have that space where you can control, and everybody knows that this is where she sits and this is where she does her work, and we can't disturb her. We can only talk to her during this time unless it's very urgent. We should just leave her. Like have that kind of a space that you can control. And also it helps you to sort of have that, this is my office space and this is where I do my other personal things. So for me, I know once I'm on my desk, I am working. If I'm in bed and trying to work, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to be productive. But the minute I step out of bed and actually go on my desk, it's like I'm out of home. This is now work, and even when I step outside of my room and I go outside in the courtyard and I'm working, it's like I am now stepping into my workspace, and then I work. And I even try to like put my stuff in a little handbag, even if I'm just walking to the courtyard, so that it feels like I'm really going to work. And when I come back to my room later on at the end of the day, it's like I'm back from work. You can actually create that for yourself, where you feel like now I'm going to work and now I'm coming back from work, even though you're still at home. You can actually do that. You need to schedule time with your colleagues, like first time. So if you can't do it physically, I know with COVID and everything, sometimes it's very difficult to meet people physically, especially for us. We haven't really been seeing each other physically, but we've been trying to like schedule regular meetings where we actually see each other as colleagues, talk to each other, so that you don't feel alone, but also it also helps you to get the help that you need. Because remember, when you're working at home, you are alone, so sometimes you actually need help. Like, don't hesitate to call a colleague and actually ask for that help, because if you're at the office, you'd actually go and ask for help. So just do it, ask for support, seek community in your colleagues, ask for help, call someone. Like I have people that I can just call, just simply say, do you have a minute to chat? And then we talk and catch up as colleagues, but also like help each other in the process. It really helps you to feel connected with others, because when you're working at home, sometimes you feel so alone, you're so far away from your other colleagues, and maybe you see each other once in a while when there's that one physical meeting that you have. So you need to constantly like be intentional to actually try and connect with your other colleagues. The other thing I was going to talk about is limiting distractions. I think I already touched on this when I was saying you need to have a specific workspace, but also apart from that, like, you just need to limit your distractions, because I know not everybody's gonna have a home office, right? Sometimes you actually have to make a makeshift office. So like, just try to limit your distractions. If there are things that distract you often, like your phone, I don't know, put it on mute or do not disturb or something, so that it's not going to distract you. And the TV, like, switch off the TV. Why are you watching the TV when you're working? If you're at the office, you're not going to have the TV on and watching and working, unless it's like something important. I know sometimes there could be like a very important hearing, and I want to listen in, but I'm actually working, and that's different, right? It's unlike watching some Netflix and trying to work at the same time. Like, these two things can actually work together, because maybe that case is important for another case that I'm working on. So if it's something like that, then yeah, maybe, but actually like really try to limit as many distractions as possible. Don't make yourself too accessible to people while you're working. Another thing is you need to stay organized. Your workspace should not be cluttered. I know there's this tendency where you want to put everything on your desk. The minute it's cluttered, even your mind is cluttered. Like, I don't believe in clutter. Like, just stay organized, because it even helps you to think. Like, why do you have a mess on your desk? How are you even going to be thinking? Like my mom always says, the way your things look shows how your brain works. So don't have clutter on your workspace. It also clutters you. The last thing I was going to talk about is take time off work. This is something I struggled with as I started working from home, because you're already home, so sometimes you're like, why should I take leave? I'm already at home. What am I going to be doing? Especially now during the pandemic, when a lot of things have been closed down. You're just like, I'm going to be working, there's no point taking leave, I'm already at home, and where am I going to go? But do take that leave. It's very important for you. It's very important for burnout, to just prevent burnout. It's very important for you to refresh and get back to work. Like, just do as you would be doing if you're going to be off if you were going to the office, because remember, in as much as you're working from home, you're actually working. You're not just sitting at home. So when you take leave, you are not working, you are doing other things that are not work, and that is very important for you. So yeah, this is just like my little lunch chit chat about productivity tips when you're working from home. These are things that have actually worked for me, and I think overall what I'm just trying to say is you need to have a routine that really works for you, because if you don't have a routine, if you're just doing things day, it's not gonna work. So yeah, I hope this is gonna be helpful for someone else, and let me get back to work. I feel like I've extended my lunch break by like 2 minutes, but yeah.